Donald Trump is engaging in direct election interference in Argentina, threatening their working class if they reject Javier Milei.
So we would not be generous with Argentina if that happened. If he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina.
Isn't it interesting that the United States have to sanction and overthrow socialist countries to show that they don't work, while bailing out Javier Milei and libertarian capitalism, while threatening their population in order to prove that their ideology works? Javier Milei is a libertarian tech bro who was promoted by Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who became president of Argentina and crashed their economy by implementing libertarian trickle-down economics and austerity. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and his capitalist friends want to promote the failed libertarian economic model. So now they are bailing out Javier Milei in Argentina at the American taxpayers' expense. Where is the bailout for the American working class? How does bailing out Javier Milei in Argentina helps out the American people? It doesn't. This is all about Donald Trump and Elon Musk protecting their ideological project on a continent where socialism becomes more popular every single day. Donald Trump is giving billions of dollars to Argentina, billions of dollars to Israel, billions of dollars to Ukraine, while he leaves the American people to suffer. It becomes clearer every single day that Donald Trump is America last. Donald Trump's Gaza peace plan immediately falls apart as Israel is still murdering Palestinians and they are refusing to allow aid to flow freely. Who could have seen this coming? Israel violating ceasefires is as predictable as the sun rising each day. You have many Israeli officials that are outright saying that they're going to take Gaza and use it as an Israeli settlement. Israel is still carrying out their genocidal ambitions against the Palestinian people. Meanwhile, Western media institutions are largely silent. The UN is calling out Israel for still blocking aid going to Gaza, which is a direct violation of the ceasefire. It is reported that only half the aid that they agreed to let in is flowing into Gaza right now. All the delusional people who truly believe that Israel was going to end their genocidal war against the Palestinian people are going to quickly realize why Hamas and the Palestinian resistance carried out October 7th in the first place. Not only do we have Israel that is blatantly violating the ceasefire, we also have Donald Trump who threatened an American invasion of Gaza if Hamas doesn't disband and disarm.
And they will disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. But they will disarm. Do you understand me? And I spoke to Hamas. And I said, you're going to disarm, right? Yes, sir, we're going to disarm. That's what they told me. They will disarm or we will disarm them. Got it?
So essentially, there is no peace deal. Shame on all the sellout Muslim Zionist leaders who forced Hamas to agree to this ridiculous proposal. I will never blame the Palestinian people for seeking hope and peace, but this Gaza peace plan was always doomed to fail. Israel will never stop until we destroy Zionism from within. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm way beyond just free Palestine. I am for justice for Palestine. You guys realize law and order relies on resolution and justice. You can't commit a genocide, killing nearly 1 million Palestinians, call for a ceasefire, wipe your hands and say you're done here. No, sir, we are not done here. Because I don't know about you guys.
What's poppin'? My friends, my family, we're back. Welcome back. Nigga Prime Time. It's great to be back on YouTube. I told you guys that that was much better giving speeches than I am at live streaming. I have that, like, a lot of people are successful doing this because they have that sexy radio voice. I don't have that sexy radio voice. I have that I want a motherfucking revolution right now voice. So it may appear like I'm like yelling and screaming on podcasts, but that's just how I project my voice. It may not always work on live streams, but when you get speeches, that's just fantastic. Much love to the homie Shama Sawan, everyone at Worker Strike Back, everyone I met in the RBA community. There was quite a bit of you guys that saw the speech live, and I'm so upset that you guys didn't see this live speech, because when you watch the video, and I was telling my friend this, I don't know if it's because how the Worker Strike Back like set up their audio engineer, set everything up, but you can't really hear the crowd that much. One of the best things about organizing in real life and giving speeches in real life, which I got a lot of experience in doing, is seeing the reactions of the crowd, because I'm used to essentially spitting fire on my streams, but I don't see any reaction. It's like a stand-up comic giving jokes, but there's no one laughing, and you gotta do this seriously for an hour. Like when you do public speaking, like that audience cheer, it really sets you like that crowd. It was impossible to fail because everyone was excited about the moment, challenging Zionism from outside the two-party duopoly, coming together and wage class war together. Like it was an audience you essentially could not fail at. Because that's why I'm mad. Like watching the videos don't do the speech justice. Because if you watch, I'm like laughing during the speech. I'm like shocked because I'm obviously writing the speech out, but you don't know exactly how the crowd's gonna react. And the crowd was fantastic, man. I'm mad that you guys can't see it on the clip. If you was there, we had a lot of RBN homies that was there. You guys was here. Oh, thank you, Susan. I'm not for everybody. I get very passionate. I got a very loud projection voice, and people accuse me of yelling on stream a lot. I don't feel like I'm yelling. That's just how I talk generally. But it makes for a great speech, man. And I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait for my next chance to spread my anti-Zionist message to real working class people, because obviously there was a lot of RBN people there, but there was quite a few like ordinary civilians who are offline as fuck who like, who is this Nick guy? And then they heard my message. I saw I will see their eyes light up, and you don't get that on live stream, man. Like that's why I miss giving speeches. I can't see your guys' eyes. I can see your comments. You guys have great comments. I can see the thumbs up, but it's different when you tell the truth and you see people's eyes light up. When I did that joke about Ben Gvir, when I said if you ask a liberal Zionist what you should do about Israeli war crimes, you will watch them turn to Ben Gvir. Bro, the audience erupted. And that fired me up. But if you watch the video, you can't hear it. It's very frustrating. But let's see if I can fix this. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. I think this is how I'm gonna do my presentation. Now, how do you switch this up? Oh, there we go. Look at this. I'm learning new tricks. Like that's what Sabi does. Look at this, bro. I'm learning new stuff on the stream. What's poppin', my friends? So we're gonna talk about this failed peace deal first. We still have Rathbone, who will be joining us. The homie Rathbone. It is actually a crime that we haven't done a show together. Like he's done shows with my RBN brother JB Font before, and I was like, all right, I guess that's JB's guess. And I don't know why I haven't invited him on, because we're homies, bro. I fuck with Rathbone. Rathbone triggers the fuck out of Zionists, and he doesn't hold back the same way I do. He don't give a fuck whether people like him or not. I fuck with Rathbone. He's been a friend of RBN for a while. He mostly been on the JB show. I'm glad I'm able to grab him for Nick at prime time. But before I get to the first story, we're going to cover this failed peace deal and how it was always doomed to fail. We're also going to cover Greta Thunberg being sexually assaulted and all the Western feminists who are completely silent as a response to that. But let's get to this peace deal, because as I explained in my speech, and one of the reasons why I'm an enthusiastic endorser of Shama Swan, or anyone who is, Rathbone was on with Rome as well. That's why I never have Rathbone on my show, because he was like Rome's and JB guest. But we are a little bit more decentralized now at RBN, where we got our own channels. We're still a coherent mutual aid organizing network, but we're just a little bit decentralized because I think that's the best way to bypass like algorithmic censorship. And we all have our different channels, have each other on every once in a while. To have JB on. I'm gonna have my brother Rome on. Hopefully, I get my sister Stabby to join me on here very soon. I think that's the best way for RBN to move in the modern era, in this era of social media censorship. And also, since we got a lot of RBN homies, like I met a lot of RBN homies in Seattle. There are a lot of people who want to start their chapters, and I'm like kind of opening up what it means to be a member of RBN. Like I consider my brother Nico. Like Nico House is essentially an RBN member. You know what I mean? We have like the people who organize within Boston RBN with Savvy, the people who organize Orlando Mutual Aid with JB. You're essentially an RBN member. You're essentially RBN. The people you see on my show all the time, Zoya, she's RBN. So like RBN is a movement. It's not just a YouTube channel. It's a left think tank. It's a mutual aid organizing source. And I think left think tank is the best way to describe us. So if you're watching on RBN right now, make sure you subscribe on my personal channel. I will be on RBN only for the first 15 to 20 minutes or so. Let's get to the substance of the conversation. We got Zoya. What's up, Zoya? Zoya's love, Zoya's life. You already know. Zoya's love, Zoya's life. Oh yeah, by the way, since I'm doing all the announcements before our guests get here, great news. It only took us like 2 weeks to hit YouTube monetization on my YouTube channel. So I appreciate all you guys for supporting the alternative RBN outlets. If you're still on the main RBN YouTube channel, you need to move on, man. Watch us on Rumble, watch us on Kick, Twitter, Twitch, and if you have to be on YouTube, watch on my personal channel, man. Because the YouTube channel, not only is it algorithmically dead, it's not even monetized no more. So the RBN channel is not monetized. I'm in the process of getting my channel monetized, but I'm still not going to get paid for quite a bit because the monetization process takes a while. So if you want to support my work, please support me on Patreon. I got the link in the description. Any like only $3 a month, $5 a month if you're working class is enough to support my journalism based on how many people watch my show. So I don't want to ask for too much because I still want you guys to donate to mutual aid, but only like $3 to $5 to support your favorite independent media. I would appreciate it. So during my speech, and let's get into our stories here. Essentially, I invited Rathbone on, and we're gonna roast these Zionists because Rathbone, speaking of the devil, I see him join me. Give me a thumbs up whenever you're ready, my brother. He's been like destroying these Zionists. He's been debating these Zionists left and right. So we're gonna have a stream where we break down Zionist talking points. We're essentially gonna be roasting these Zionist fucks who I will be spending the rest of my life exposing. And they made a lifetime enemy out of me. I don't know about you. One of the things I said in my speech where I thought I was gonna get Charlie Kirk. I thought I was gonna get Charlie Kirk right there during my speech. I was like, man, we need a global intifada. Fuck what y'all talking about. Fuck that Zoran Mamdani condemning that shit. No, we need a global intifada right now. And I will be doing that shit till I'm gray and dead. Like, you guys have been fucked up. You guys have been got me fucked up. And I feel like Rathbone has my same energy. I don't know. Maybe that's like the sense I get. So let me introduce my guest here since we have him. We have amazing. I will say citizen journalist, social media influencer, slayer of Zionists. My friend Rathbone. It's great to have you on finally, man.
Yeah, same here, Nick. Thanks for having me. You messaged me. You said let's roast some Zionists. I was like, I'm there. Let's do it.
Yeah, like if you want to roast Zionists, Rathbone's one of the best of the best. Look at this. I have to show this, man. Look at this. The first super chat on this channel. We just got monetized on my personal channel. It only took 2 weeks, bro. That's
awesome, man. Congratulations. Good. Is that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I haven't used my personal account in like forever since I started RBN. But we are starting. We have our own channel. We decentralized an RBN bit. And I was like nervous at first because I'm like, man, that means I'm gonna go like a few months without YouTube paychecks. But we hit our monetization goals in literally 2 weeks. So that's fantastic. I appreciate you guys. And I have to give shout out to Otto because Otto, you officially the first super chat on this channel now. So I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all you guys. Have you been following? Let's get started here. I'm gonna show the clip of you destroying this misfit patriot guy later.
Oh, God,
Because
yeah.
you guys are talking about Hamas and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But first, I want to get your thoughts on the ceasefire deal that is falling apart. The Western media is completely ignoring the fact that it falls apart. Here's the headline, like that I was discussing earlier. You guys know that Israel is such a barbaric country that they don't even allow Palestinians to celebrate. They're tortured.
Yeah.
Palestinian hostages that Israel taken.
Right.
Rathbone, have you been following this? Like we seen Palestinian hostages held by Israel come back with no eyes, with burn scars, with no limbs. What's your thoughts on what's been going on with this peace deal?
Oh, I mean, it's obviously a lopsided thing, completely asymmetrical. They've got tens of thousands of Palestinians they're detaining illegally in Israel. They're basically kidnapped and imprisoned. And I have seen some of the pictures coming back, and I've listened to people that have been following this. And yeah, I mean, I just think about how deeply insecure of a country that you must be, that it's like you're telling them that they can't celebrate to see their loved ones returned, and they try to frame it as if like, oh, they're celebrating these terrorists like and their crimes and stuff. It's so obvious what they're doing, and I think it just lends to the fact that they're an illegitimate fake settler colony, and they're deeply insecure at every facet in every aspect, and they will have to defame and mischaracterize anything to do with the Palestinians. They're just not deserving of humanity because they're Palestinian is basically what they tell us. So I'm not surprised by all this.
They say that we can't have Palestinians celebrating terrorists. You guys realize that the people who they was deeming as innocent, like these hostages that Hamas had, these people many of them was IDF, people who literally murder Palestinians, people who are occupying their land. They are criminals. My position, I don't know if the international community accepts this. I believe every single adult Israeli is a criminal. You're a criminal occupier. Not the children, they are human children, because children can't consent to being occupied.
Sure.
But every single human adult in Israel, except minus a few, they have to serve the IDF. There are occupiers who served a genocidal army versus the Palestinian hostages that Israel took in, where many of them are children who they haven't even been formally charged. Whenever you hear the media talk about this, it's always hilarious, Rathbone, because they will talk about these hostage exchange where it's always like extremely one-sided because Israel kidnaps way more Palestinians than vice versa. So they will say, oh my God, it's amazing. We have 10 Israelis finally being released from Palestinian torture dungeons while Israel's going to release 100 Palestinians. I'm like, what was that? Israel's going to release 100 Palestinians.
Yeah.
And 10?
It doesn't even get reported. I mean, it's just completely silenced in Western media. The other side to this story where you have the Palestinian prisoners being released. Did you see that insane clip? I think it was the BBC where she said talking about a released sausage from the Gaza Strip, and she was saying, "Oh, he was kidnapped from his tank during a battle."
Oh yeah, I see those.
The mental gymnastics that they have to go to avoid stating the obvious.
They say stuff like, "My sweet child was taken from me." Then you look into it as a 35-year-old IDF soldier.
Exactly.
Like they're so like unbelievably shameless in how they dehumanize the Palestinians.
Yeah, I think if you get kidnapped from a tank, it's like kind of a tiny bit your fault,
I don't think you're the victim there, man.
Yeah, I don't think you could say.
Meanwhile, there are Palestinian children who are sniped by the IDF. You had mosques that was raided by IDF way before October 7th. And seeing the IDF assault their family members, seeing their mothers, their husbands, the fathers, their cousins, everyone around them being harassed by IDF. So you have a situation where Palestinian children would curse at the IDF. Because that's obviously what you do. Have you guys been at any protest against the police state where you see what we say to our police forces? Now imagine you're a victim of apartheid and you have these IDF scum who's occupying your land, killing your people. Of course you're going to be upset about that. So you will have a Palestinian 12-year-old who will curse at the IDF, and then they will call this 12-year-old Palestinian a terrorist because they yelled curse words at the IDF. And I'm not joking. This is literally why they detained Palestinian children before. And they have no trial date. They are starved, and they are often beaten in detention. But meanwhile, the only thing that the Western media covers are these Israeli hostages that Hamas had that comes out looking healthy as fuck. They look fit, and they look pretty good considering that they was living under a blockade. Compare that to Palestinians who had limbs literally missing. I'm gonna show you guys this one. I'm trying to find the one with guy who had his eye gouged out. But you have Palestinian hostages that are coming back with no fucking limbs. Yeah, guys. Rathbone, you have anything you want to add?
No. I mean, this I've heard about this too. I haven't seen this picture, but yeah, they're coming back amputated, and I don't know how they're eating food in the Gaza Strip and coming back so healthy, but obviously they're being well taken care of, and it makes sense when you have no power, you're trying to bargain the one thing that you do have to create leverage so that you can get your demands met. And so why would they want to starve why would they want to starve these hostages? That's their one bargaining chip. But I find the whole thing really funny, considering that the IDF has a formal policy to kill all of their hostages or people that were taken, by Hamas, because they don't want that to be used against them later on. They'll have to make concessions to Hamas, and they don't want to do that. So, the whole idea of them they're caring about their hostages is just a complete farce.
I think this is a good time. If you're watching on the main RBN YouTube channel, make sure you guys switch over to the Nick Crew channel. We're going to end the RBN YouTube segment here, but we also still streaming on a lot of websites. The main thing is we want to diversify. So we also be live on Rumble. I'm even on Kick, Twitch. I'm on X. I think that's my biggest platform, X. So make sure you guys switch over. I'm going to end the RBN stream here. And